here because I want to make sure the quality is good. My internet may need to be adjusted in order for the video to come out clear. Let me see where he's at. How are y'all doing today? I want to tell you the truth. I'm not feeling all that great. I didn't sleep well. At all. And I was going to do all the signs, but I can't do them without the energy. So I had to change that to tomorrow. And I'm hoping that I can get some better rest tonight. And I'm feeling a bit sad, depressed, lonely. I don't have, my energy is, what I'm feeling is that this is part of the reading. Kailash, you here, baby? Welcome to whoever is here. Thank you for being here. I hope you will stick around. I haven't gotten started quite yet. I'm getting there. I'm waiting for my moderator to show up. Looks like he's about to show up now. I want to make sure that the sound and the video quality are good before I get started. Whoever's here with me, if the sound and the video quality are good, could you hit the like button, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Spirit and I have been arguing about the song because the song that Spirit chose for this reading, I wasn't real happy with it. So we decided that it's okay if I'm not happy with it. It was I'm gonna be country or die. I'm gonna stay country or die trying. And it's a new song. I can't think of the guy who sings it. Hold on. Let me go there now. Okay, thank you for sticking it out with me. I'm getting started slow because I'm feeling slow. This song right here is the one I would like to use, but I'm not going to go against what Spirit chooses. I'm going to let Spirit choose. The song that came through was Stay Country or Die Trying by Blake Shelton. And you have to Google the words. It's such a new song that the words aren't even on here. So that's the song Spirit chose. And I did not want to do that. The song that I'm actually feeling is called I'm Moving On by Rascal Flatts and Kelly Clarkson. Does anybody else have a feeling of sadness, of just feeling alone, feeling lonely? Am I the only one that's feeling that way, or is there someone else out there? If you're feeling that way, could you comment and let me know how you're feeling? Because I am, this whole week, in fact, I have felt kind of disconnected from the world, and I have let go of one of my jobs, and work is a very important part of my life. It feels, it's kind of an addiction for me. It fills that void when it keeps me from being lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like when I would go to Miss Mary's house, I had Miss Mary and I had all the nurses who who stay with her throughout the week. And we became very close friends. Miss Mary and I are very, very close. She's 105 years old, and I've been taking care of her since she was 100. And I lived with her for 5 years. And for 3 of those 5 years, I lived with her 24/7. So it could just be me because there's a big chunk of my life that's missing right now. Thank you for liking the video. So I'm going to assume because you're liking it that you either like it because you just like me or because you're feeling the same way. I think we're all kind of feeling that way. But what I decided is I'm going to let Spirit choose the song for us today. Since I didn't like the song that Spirit chose and Spirit didn't choose the song that I like. Spirit's like, okay, I'll choose it during the video, and that way you can't back out. I also got a couple of songs that were very depressing, and they were about someone who is really struggling with an addiction. And my addiction would be work. And I started a new medication that's causing me to lose weight really quickly. Like I've lost 10 pounds in less than a month. And so that could also be having an effect on my mental health too, because when you lose weight, it does something to you mentally. Because you're losing a part of yourself, even though it's good for me and it's healthy, and I'm probably going to be happy with the results when I start seeing them. It makes a difference in your mental health. Anytime you add a medication to your regimen, it changes your body chemistry, and it can cause you to have some side effects. So this could be a side effect of that medication also. But I think it's more than that. I think it's a spiritual longing. I also wanted to share with you something else, but let's first go. Let's see what's going on with the moon right now. My phone is telling me that it's in Cancer. That's the Two of Cups. The opportunity is to strengthen bonds with loved ones and discover your inner nurturer. Your goal is harnessing emotional sensitivity. And see, that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm trying to harness my emotional sensitivity and navigating a sea of emotions. I'm doing exactly what the moon is encouraging me to do. As the moon travels through the nurturing sign of Cancer, you may experience a heightened emotional sensitivity and a deep longing for safety and comfort. Your intuition becomes more pronounced, guiding you to connect with your innermost desires and personal needs. Allow yourself to honor your emotions as they provide valuable insight into your subconscious world. During this transit, you may find yourself seeking solace in the familiar and the close bonds of family and home. And see, that song was about somebody leaving home, and they never thought home would be where they would not belong. It was really sad. Your nurturing instincts are amplified, and you may feel a strong urge to take care of loved ones and create a peaceful environment. And see, I don't really have any loved ones to take care of. I have a void in that department right now. And Kailash reached out to me earlier in the week, and that meant so much to me to have him reach out and check on me and see how things were going. And he, I think, expressed the same thing to me, that he kind of was feeling some kind of way. Anyway, while the moon travels through Cancer, it's important to be gentle with yourself and others. Embrace the nurturing energy and channel it into self-care and emotional healing. This is an opportune time to explore your emotional landscape and release any pent-up feelings. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuition, as they hold valuable messages and insights. As you navigate this transit, consider how you can balance your need for emotional security with the need for growth and exploration. While it is important to honor your emotions and seek comfort, it's equally important to allow yourself to venture into new territories and embrace change. And see, that's what I need to do. I need to venture into new territories and embrace change. Reflect on what truly brings you emotional fulfillment and how you can create a sense of belonging within yourself, independent of external circumstances. Okay. And a cat arguing with a mouse. Look, and me and Spirit were arguing. Spirit is so funny. Okay. I'm funny too. Alright, now let's go to the music and see what song would you pick for this funky feeling I got, Spirit. No bullshit now. Okay, what I do to get a song from Spirit, unless Spirit gives me one organically, then I push this little button right here, and I hit shuffle on this. Right here, I hit shuffle. Spirit, what song would you give this collective for whatever we need to hear Go whatever we're going through, help us to process it with a song. May we see how you would like to shape this reading when we hit this button. The name of the song is Leave You Alone by Kane Brown. I know you know this song. I might get a copyright ding for letting it play, but I don't care. I know I don't say you're beautiful enough, but that don't mean it ain't on my mind. And I know sometimes we have differences and fight, but I hate when I see you cry. And if you ever worried I got one foot out that door, I can promise you right now, baby, my love won't leave you alone. Just so you know, when I say forever, girl, I mean I'm never ever gonna do you wrong. And I won't let you go. T- Talking us growing old. Here's dusk till dawn. We'll be going on and on. Baby, my love won't leave you alone. No. Just like that red wine stain on the carpet. Yeah, girl, I ain't going nowhere. Hell no. And kind of like your favorite jeans with a hole in the pocket. Wherever you go, I'll be there. 'Cause my love won't leave you alone. Just so you know, when I say forever, girl, I mean never ever gonna do you wrong. And I won't let you go. Talking us growing old. Here's dusk till dawn. Well, we'll be going on and on, 'cause my love won't leave you alone. Leave you alone, leave you alone, leave you alone. No, it won't. Leave you alone, leave you alone. And I don't know what life will look like 50 years down the road, but you can count on me being right here, 'cause my love won't leave you alone. Just so you know, when I say forever, girl, I mean never ever gonna do you wrong. And I won't let you go, talking us growing old. Here's dusk till dawn. We'll be going on and on, 'cause my love won't leave you alone, leave you alone, leave you alone. I won't leave you alone, leave you alone, leave you alone. No, I won't leave you alone. And for most of you, this is probably a song about somebody who's a romantic person in your life. But for me, this would probably be my friend Denny, because he's there for me every single day. And I don't know why he puts up with my crazy ass, but he does. Sometimes he will not respond to me right away, but he has a life. And, you know, I can be a pain in the ass, especially when I get lonely. So I'm grateful to have a friend like him. And I was sharing something with him last night. I will share it with you, but I got to go back and find it. It says, she was never a sinner, she was the flame. Mary Magdalene was the mirror of Christ, not his follower. The Magdalene flame is rising again. They tried to erase her. They mislabeled her. They rewrote her name in the shame. They rewrote her name in shame so we would forget the truth. But Mary Magdalene was never lost. She was never broken. She was never saved by Yeshua because she walked beside him as an equal flame. The one you were told was a prostitute was in truth a high flame priestess, a keeper of the lineage, a living scroll of the divine feminine Christ codes. She anointed Yeshua before his death, not because she worshipped him, but because she recognized him and he recognized her. They came here as a pair, not as teacher and student, but as a mirror and mirror, flame and flame. Magdalene was the tower, not a place, but a title, a pillar between worlds, a guardian of sacred union and womb resurrection. Whoops. After the crucifixion, she didn't disappear. She carried the codes of the living grail, fled to Gaul, and began anchoring the true Christ path, not through preaching, but through presence, anointing, and remembrance. Her flame never went out. It was hidden in bloodlines. It was protected in scrolls. It was buried in earth temples and dream corridors, waiting for this exact moment. And now she is rising again. Not in churches, not in theology, but in you. In the woman reclaiming her sacred voice. In the man softening into divine remembrance. in the twin flames finding each other, not for romance, but for mission. Magdalene is not a myth, she's a current. When you feel the ache to return home, when you cry for no reason under a full moon, when your heart breaks open in the presence of truth, that's her. She's been waiting not to be praised, but to be remembered. And when enough of us remember, the tower will fully rise, and we will finally walk again in truth of what was never lost. The Magdalene flame lives, and she is with us now. And somehow I accidentally liked my own thing here. I have to remove it. There we go. Okay. So, my love won't leave you alone. And I feel this, and I've been feeling this for a long time. I've always felt that there was something more between Mary Magdalene and Jesus. And in the way that they mention Mary in two different letters of the Gospels, and yet theologians argue that it's not the same Mary. There's something to that burying the truth kind of feel. Okay. Anyway, that was just a little something I felt to share with you. We're going to start out with a prayer. This reading feels different. All of my readings are different, and I'm just going to go with the flow of it. I don't know what spirit, what message. Spirit, speak to the collective. What do you want to say to us today? Dear God, thank you for the gift of life, of faith, and of my calling. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and others. Dear Father, thank you for making me your beloved child now and forever. Amen. So you are someone who has this calling on your life. Like I was just talking about. It's not about romance. It's about being called to a mission. The two of you have a mission if you have a twin flame. Not everyone does. Not everyone has been chosen to carry those codes. But those of us who have probably lived very different lives. I know for myself, growing up as a child, I was always very spiritual. A lot of paranormal stuff happened to me, even as a very small child. I always knew there was something different. There was something more. And I never knew what. And I've lived my life teeter-tottering between those two worlds, trying to be a normal person on one hand, and on the other knowing that I'm not, and just trying to figure out how to do that delicate dance through life and not completely look like I'm insane. However, I decided there was a point in my life where there was no point in trying to continue to pretend like it's not part of who I am. And I came out with it in the open. And I'm still out. I'm not hiding my face because I don't want people to know who I am. I don't have my hair done. I don't have my makeup on. I look like I just got out of bed. And so that's why I don't show my face a lot of times on the videos. Because I don't feel like getting dressed for them. I'm being lazy. And plus it's early. Like I did just get up. I got up like 2 hours ago. And I wasn't thinking about getting a shower and putting on makeup and fixing my hair. I was thinking about a lot of other things. Resting. Taking it. I work all week. I haven't figured out yet how to make YouTube pay the bills. And when I do, that's what YouTube will do. But until then, I got to keep my day job. I don't know why Kailash isn't on here or why there's no comments on this video. Is there something wrong? Can somebody comment and tell me why there's no comments? Because he's not answering me. I'm not sure what's going on. Is there not a way to comment? I don't know if they've changed something in the settings, in the way there's, let's see, hold on. Live chat is on. Anyone can participate. Yeah, everything's set up correctly. So if there's no way to comment, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and make this video, and I'm going to trust that Spirit's doing whatever Spirit needs to do. Alright, how are you working in this collective right now, Spirit? You're giving us humility, patience, and wisdom. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Self-control, perseverance, and respect. This is a lesson. We're being taught some kind of lesson here. Anytime you have patience, humility, wisdom, and self-control with perseverance, you are being taught a lesson. You're still working on learning the lesson and having patience. But the humility's there. This could even be, you could have had something happen to you that was humiliating as hell. There could be a sense of humiliation here, and you're having to control yourself and just go through whatever you're going through. But it's teaching you a valuable lesson, and it's also helping you to have patience. There's a strong Sagittarius vibe to this reading. There's also a strong Virgo vibe to this reading, because humility and wisdom are very much about a Virgo, that hermit mode. I don't know what's going on. Spirit, what are you trying to say to us here? And how would you like for me to start? Kailash is missing in action, which is fine. He might be having a good time tonight. I think it might be Saturday night there. All right, Spirit, I need your help with this message. Please, 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 please. If anyone else is watching and you can comment, please do, just to let me know that the comments are working. Spirit, how do you want to start this reading? Let's just find out how Spirit's working here. I'm going to pull rocks first on these cards. Why is wisdom here for the collective, Spirit? Why is wisdom here for this collective? May I see, please? Spirit's doing something profound here. Wisdom is here because it's leading to joy. Okay? Why is patience here? So whatever you're learning is going to bring you a lot of joy. Patience is here because you're having to accept something. And it is hard when you're having to accept something to be patient. Why is perseverance here? Because of your wealth. So you're working on your money. This is about your money. Why is humility here? This is going to be the real kicker. This is going to be the kick in the teeth. Why is humility here? Because of your passion, your acceptance, again, acceptance. And it has something to do with your dream. Alright, and why is self-control here? I'm getting more and more as I go. Your self-control is about someone who inspires, having courage, being blessed, your dream again, and having a commitment. So somehow you must be having dreams, or you have a dream. Maybe it's a dream of something you want to do with your life, this calling on your life. So your wisdom is leading to joy. Your patience is about acceptance. You're persevering because of your wealth. Your humility is about that dream and your passion and acceptance. It's like you're having to accept something you're supposed to be doing in life. Or maybe, yeah, I think you know what this is. I'm not going to argue with that. You're being inspired or inspiring others by your self-control. You're courageous. You're blessed. You have this dream and you're having a commitment. All right, so I feel to use, I think, these. No, Spirit says no, not those. Talk to me, Spirit. What is going on here? What is going on here? Inner Oracle card. What is going on here? May I see, please? What happened here? I'm not going to read the pre-shuffles. Whoa. I think there's a card in the wrong deck. There is. Okay. Okay. That's why Spirit had me to pull this one. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So you are creating heaven on earth. It's happening. That's your dream, to create heaven on earth. Alright, what message do you have out of here about this situation? This is a situation. Show me how this happened, please. There's a great awakening happening. Walk in your truth. Stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? There is something happening on a global scale. It feels. This feels very big. This feels bigger than just you. Do you remember what I just read you about Magdalene? I feel that this is a part of that. It's some kind of awakening that we're in our generation. We're going through an awakening, and it very much has to do with the alignment of the planets. Do you realize that the planets aligned this year? The main major planets were in alignment this year, like they haven't been in eons. There's something going on. Number 21 is here. The word Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Spirit said it's happening. Alright, what's being hidden? Besides, this was being hidden, creating heaven on earth. What else is being hidden? A lot of people, I feel, are waking up to their spirituality, to their truth, and they're walking in that truth. Oh, there's a lot being hidden. You cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. Where is your heart guiding you? Number 3. So it's like you have this fear secretly of making a mistake. Spirit says you can't make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. Where is your heart guiding you? Follow where your heart is guiding you. Roses. Somehow roses, especially pink roses, are significant. And then we have, out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? Number 10. So you've come out of a place where you have been wandering in the wilderness somewhat. And now you're afraid of making a mistake. You're coming out of the woods. You made it through something. Spirit says you've made it through whatever you were going through. Spirit says you're at the end of that secretly. And turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Number 35. Yeah, somebody's on a cliff. Somehow there's a cliff, a rock cliff, and you sit on this cliff and you watch the full moon. This is a ritual for you. You do a ritual during the full moon where you sit and watch the moon. Maybe not just the full moon, maybe at night you go to this cliff and your guardians, why did I call them guardians? There are guardians around you. And they're in robes, and you see them. You may even have a black and red blanket that you take with you on nights when it's cold. Or you might have there's a woman here that you can't see right away, but it's like she's part of when you look at the stars, you see this outline of this woman. Number 35, number 10, and number 3. And then the last secret. No, this is the Great Awakening. Okay, so we're going through a Great Awakening. Or you are. It could be just you going through this spiritual awakening. Or you might be just waking up to some kind of truth. Walking in your truth. Stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? So you don't really trust yourself, okay? But you're waking up. You're going to turn your worry into wonder. Out of the woods, you've made it through, and you cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. So quit worrying so much about being so perfect. You're creating heaven on earth somehow. Alright, what's being shown? That's what's being kept secret. These cards are popping off. What's being shown? There we go. You have gratitude. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? Number 41. So Spirit is saying what I'm showing you is that your gratitude is the life force of your peace. What are you grateful for? All right, and what's going to happen next? Oh, that flew out with force. Your true tribe can't show up until you do. How can you show more of the real you? Number 12. How can you show more of the real you? Your true tribe can't show up until you do. You're going to find your true tribe, but you're going to have to find yourself first. And you create your own reality. What you want wants you to. See the tower coming together like I talked about? Number 1 and number 12. Over here we have number 41, we have number 21, we have number 35, number 10, and number 3. And then Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. In what ways are you abundant right now? And see, your perseverance is about your wealth. Because you work hard and never give up, you're going to amass wealth. You're having to be patient and accept something. Your wisdom is bringing you a lot of joy. Knowing that you are awakening, I think this awakening that's taking place is bringing you a lot of joy. The humility is about you having a dream and being passionate and accepting something. I'm going to find out what's being accepted. But you're controlling yourself, showing restraint even when you have desires that are strong. This is inspiring others. You're showing courage. You're being blessed. A dream commitment. Being blessed with a dream commitment is what it looks like to me. All right, let me put these away. This is very different, isn't it? I like it, though. I like it. I like it. I like it. How can we not F ourselves while we're going through this? Because let's face it, like I said, we walk in two worlds at once, don't we? We walk in the human side of ourselves, and then we walk in the side of ourselves that is very paranormal. Very gifted, and it's hard to do that. It's a delicate dance that we have to do in order to not F ourselves, isn't it? That's where the humility, I think, and self-control come in. All of this, that's where all of this comes in. You have to accept who you are, I think. You're having to accept who you are and that you have this passionate dream of yours. All right, how do we not F ourselves? May I see? Just be. Change a bad habit and just be came out. They came out in reverse. You're going through a great awakening. Walk in truth. Stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? Spirit wants you. Somebody has a what do you call those claddagh? A ring like that. See that ring? You have a ring like that. Just be. Somebody has brown hair. You wear red nail polish. You could have another ring also that you wear sterling silver a lot, or white gold. And then change a bad habit. Kill a bad habit. Overeating or anything else not serving you. Alright, what's being hidden or how we cannot F ourselves? They're all coming out in reverse. Spirit wants you to get a reading and avoid toxic people. So I'm not sure how we're going to get readings if we can't comment, but we'll figure it out. We're going to have to start another thread and just do Q&A on that one. This isn't going to be very long. So you may need to get a reading in person. You may need to do a private reading. I do those also. And if you can't afford to pay, I don't sweat the money. All right, what's being shown? I want to make money, but I make that you're going to meditate. You're going to quiet your mind and let your soul speak. Somebody has a couple of tattoos. One on your thigh one on your back. What's going to happen next? This is a beautiful reading. Spirit said not to take those. What's going to happen next? There we go. You're going to explore yourself, peel off the false persona, and get to know yourself. Find your truth. And you're going to do some kind of 30-day challenge. Force yourself to do something new for 30 days to form a new habit. And see, that is how you change a bad habit. It's not so much about giving up anything. It's about starting something new, something more healthy, something more true to who you are. Get out and explore that territory instead of staying in your comfort zone. Explore yourself for 30 days. That might be a challenge. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple of these just to see what's going on with the Sacred Destiny. These are very anointed cards. Very simple, but very profound and anointed cards. I love this deck. It's called Sacred Destiny by Denise Lynn. I don't know who did the Don't F Yourself. It's actually not called Don't F Yourself, but it's called Practical Self-Care Oracle Cards. It does say that somewhere, though. Don't fuck with yourself. It's S.T. Seshishui. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Alright. Show me what's going on here. You're purifying yourself. That's the bad habit. So somehow, you're whatever that habit is, you're purifying yourself. Look how pure this is. Isn't that beautiful? Can you feel the purity coming off of that? And isn't this such a unique creature? It has 2 different color eyes. That could be significant to someone. Look, you're going to be in leadership and you're going to be powerful. A powerful leader who people can trust. This is somebody very, very gifted, special, anointed, different. You're not like anyone else. You're very gifted. Spirit might be saying secretly, give people readings, but avoid toxic people when you do it. That's what I'm getting from this. You might give readings to people, and Spirit is saying avoid toxic people when you give readings. You might be a reader yourself. You may have been giving readings to toxic people. Be very careful to protect your energy and those, what did I call them? Woo! Did y'all just see that? Now I got a fire burning over here. Wow. What a day. Okay. I have my third eye mirror. I don't know if you noticed that or if you can even see it or not. But I have a third eye mirror over here. And I can see the reflection of my candle. So the energy looks good. But for some reason, Spirit is saying to me over here where it says get a reading and avoid toxic people. I feel that some of you are doing readings for toxic people. What's being hidden? That you have security, you're going to have a new beginning, and you're going to have abundance. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. And what's being shown? That you're going to be diligent, persevere, and you're going to be open. Somehow you're going to be open. Openness, diligence, and openness, okay? You're going to clear out all of those toxic people. And be open to more healthy, soulful, pure. You're going to be a pure, powerful leader who people can trust. Y'all, this is beautiful. What's going to happen next? Change. There's about to be some change. And you're going to go through some kind of gateway to get to where you're going. You're going through change is what I'm getting here. I don't know what happened to Kailash. I hope he's okay. That worries me. He doesn't usually ignore me. Oh, I have to let him go for right now and focus on the reading. All right, Spirit, this is absolutely beautiful. I have to pull Tarot. That's one thing. Do I use this one or the red deck? Spirit saying use the green deck. Where is it? Ah, I see it. You would know it would be at the bottom of a whole bunch of cards. Never had Spirit do this sort of thing. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. I'm not going to say never because... Okay, this is called The Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. And it's actually a tarot but an oracle. So there's no... The only court cards in this deck are the Emperor and the Empress. And it has... I may have to look up some of these because they're very different. And I don't always know what they mean. Alright, what is going on here, Spirit? How are you working? How is the universe working? Reach out and balance. Something's turned over. Spirit keeps giving me decks with cards in the wrong deck and stuff. Maybe not. We'll see. It'll show up if it is. What? How are you working? Universe, how are you working? Spirit, how are you working? Balance. That is, what you call it. And strengthening bonds. Ooh. Strengthening bonds and balance. I just saw it again. There is a card turned over and it's trying to hide. It's pink. I think I saw a pink card in this deck. It is really hiding. It is really hiding. Alright. It'll come out. Balance keeps showing up. That's, I think temperance. Balance. I'm not sure though. Find balance and balance, y'all. I cannot make this up. It's like there's such a need for balance. Something's out of balance. There it is. I saw it right there. There it is. Okay. Share the love. 3. Number 3. Share the love. So what was being hidden is that you need to share the love. That, it reminds me of the heart is broken. Someone is hurting. They're going through a rough time and you need to share the love. Someone wears a copper bracelet on their wrist. Let me look up and see what that means because that's the card that we were really meant to get. These cards are different. I want to find out what that is. I think it's a cup. Okay, so violet is wands. Sadness and isolation. That is the swords. So the indigo is swords. I think green is cups. Share the love right here. I think these are cups. 3 of cups. Yes. This is emotion with the green border. Share the love. And this is what it says. Friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community. Remember, you're going to find your tribe, but you have to show up first. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. See, that's your wisdom, your joy right here. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desire, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. Instead, focus on your relationship with your friends. Turn to them for support if you need it. Remember I was telling you about Denny and how he puts up with my shit? and find reasons to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you and you for them. Isn't that beautiful? And that's how that's the song. Remember the song? My love will never leave you alone. That was the song. Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. That's the whole reading right there. There's a lot of beautiful things going on in your life, but there's a connection where you're sharing love among friends. If you're not getting out, you're getting encouraged to get out. You're going to find someone who's going to become a lifelong friend, but you have to get out and meet them, okay? It could be getting out on the internet. That could be why the comments are not working today. Because see how we have no connection when we have no comments? There's no connection. We can't reach one another. Reaching each other is so important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start another video after this one for just comments, for just to say hello, to share the love, to share the love. And if you need a reading, I'll be happy to do a reading for you, okay? All right. Show me how you're working, universe. Detach. Number 11, detach. This is a major arcana. What we're being encouraged to do is to detach. This person looks extremely sad. This looks like the death card, but I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. These cards are so different. Major arcana number 11, detach. Reflect, accept. Remember, accept. Decide, get clarity, responsibility, and fairness. Sometimes our ego prevents us from seeing events clearly. It's time to detach emotionally from a relationship or situation so that you can step back and reevaluate. Reflect upon how the relationship is working. Is it satisfying? What role do you play in its harmony or disharmony? An honest appraisal is required in order to gain clarity and help you better understand what might need to be done to improve it. This is true even if the relationship is already a good one. It's important to accept that your previous actions, decisions, and beliefs have led you to your current situation, whether it's pleasant or difficult. We do steer the course of our lives, although often without conscious intent. By assessing your situation and accepting responsibility, you're able to free yourself from the need to blame another person or destiny. There's no guilt associated with this card, only clarity and empowerment. Once you've detached yourself from and examined a relationship, lack of relationship, or other matter of the heart, you're in a better position to decide what your next step might be. Remember that the detached card knows no ego. Remember humility? This is where your dream is coming from. Your acceptance is coming from. Once you've detached yourself from and examined a relationship, lack of relationship, or other matter of the heart, you're in a better position to decide what your next step might be. Remember that the detached card knows no ego. Decision arrives as a result of drawing this card. Decisions arrived as help me, Spirit. This is important. The decisions that you arrive at as a result of drawing this card must be fair and balanced. Remember how I kept getting balance, and balanced for everyone involved. Affirmation. I accept the role I play in creating my relationship and my life. This is the traditional justice card archetype. So, in order for justice, this is about justice. This is about making a situation right. And the way a situation is made right, whether it be legal or whether it be karmic or whether it just be a personal situation, is by detaching from it. Because if you're emotionally invested in a situation, in a legal case, you can't be involved in that legal case. You can't be on a jury if the person that you're deciding their fate, if you've been through a situation like what they're being accused of and you have strong feelings about it, you can't be on that jury. So you're being encouraged by the universe to detach yourself, to step away from the relationship and ask yourself, what part do I play in making this a good relationship or making it a not so good relationship? How do I make this relationship fair and balanced and healthy? Or how do I make it unhealthy, unfair, and unbalanced? And sharing the love is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about friendship. So I feel that this is about you and your friends. And you're having to step back and look at what part you play in the relationship between you and your friends. Are you contributing in a positive way? Or are you contributing in a negative way? Or are you not contributing at all? Are you just a casual observer and not really engaging in friendship with that person? Do you see that there's someone near you whose heart is broken that you could be reaching out to and sharing your love with? Do you see someone who's lonely? See, that's what I was trying to explain to you at the beginning of the reading, is that I am so incredibly lonely and so sad that at this age of my life that I have ended up alone. Yes, I have children. I don't think I even have heard Cosmo not once during this whole reading. And he usually is wide open. He loves my readings. But he's even being quiet for some reason. If he isn't, I can't hear him. That's how bad my hearing is. And see, that in itself brings with it a certain amount of depression when you can't hear well. Not hearing is a depressing way to live, but people don't really talk about it all that much. There's just a lot of things that I have been personally going through that I feel this reading strongly, and I'm on the side of it where I feel like I'm not getting anybody to reach out to me, but I'm not putting myself out there either, so I have to judge this situation correctly. Do I get out and go anywhere? No, I do not. So the fact that no one ever comes to see me or really calls me or even texts me, because even with Denny, it's always me reaching out to him and he responds back most of the time. But it's not usually him engaging first. Sometimes it is. But it's usually when he hasn't heard from me in several days. And then he's like, where the hell is Christie? Anyway. But like I said, he has his own life. Alright, so what's the energy to overcome? So we got to detach right now. This is really a profound reading. Sadness and isolation. Oh wow, there's going to be new love. Oh my gosh. You're having a new love. But you feel sad and isolated from them. Or maybe you just want a new love. And you need to use your intuition. Your third eye is here. That's why you need to meditate. You need to avoid toxic people and get a reading. Because Spirit is saying you're sad and you feel isolated. And you have the Three of Swords. Your heart is broken. You feel like me, like this person in the picture. You're that broken heart. Just like I am. But love abounds. Spirit says there is so much love. The Ace of Cups is here. Someone could be pregnant as well. This is the grail. it said that Mary Magdalene was the Grail. She carried the secrets. Remember, if you know anything about history, the Grail was never recovered. That's because she went into hiding. She was the Grail. The Grail was not a cup, it was an individual. It was his mirror. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. Alright, and what's going to pull it together? Woo, that's too much. Spirit, come on, baby. Come on. There's control. You're going to spread your wings. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Two of Wands. You're going to choose a path. You're going through some challenging times. This is not easy for you. Okay. What's going to pull it together is you spreading your wings, the Two of Wands, having control. Number 8, I think that is Temperance, but we'll look it up. And choosing your battles wisely, the Seven of Wands. So when people come against you and say bad things about you, in fact, I'm going to read that to you because this is profound. This message, whoever you are called to something huge in this world. Huge. You're going to spread your wings first. I want to know what control is because I'm in that section. Control, master, influence, accept. Compassion, patience, and confidence. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Self-control, and so we have that here, as you're inspiring people, you're courageous, you're blessed, you have a dream of a commitment, or you're going to have a dream commitment. And it certainly looks like maybe the energy to overcome is thinking that that would make you feel better. But truly, what'll make you feel better is finding someone who is not solely based on emotion. Self-control is the key here. Act from a combination of emotion and intellect, and your relationship will thrive and grow. Be sure that your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination. This card asks you to accept another person's uniqueness and not require that person to conform to your mold of your choosing just to make you feel more comfortable. This card also serves as a reminder to come from compassion and understanding rather than anger or frustration. Now is the time for patience, steadiness, and clear thinking. See, we have patience here. Apply these qualities to your relationship with others and with yourself. If you're involved with a difficult person or situation, try to look through the other person's eyes and experience what his or her heart and soul feels. That's sharing the love. Try to see the situation from another's perspective. This is the strength card. With self-control comes confidence. Allow a situation to unfold and detach yourself from the outcome. Don't try to control it. The end result of self-control and confidence is supreme peace. Take some time to examine how control in its many aspects is affecting your relationships. Affirmation. I control my emotions and embrace peace. Traditional tarot archetype is the strength card. So what's going to pull it together is you controlling your emotions and balancing them with intellect, being patient, being kind, being gentle with this person. Detaching. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's saying it's your friend. Your friends. It could be all of your friends. Like this could be a situation where it's time for you to detach from everyone and to see what you're bringing to the table when it comes to friendship. Are you getting back what you're putting in? Or are you not putting in anything? Are you not contributing to the relationship? And see, the comments are off for a reason. Because right now you can't. And there may be some out there who haven't been. How can you contribute? How can you create the reality that you want? Because secretly someone has abundance. They're going to have a new beginning. They're going to have security. They're going to get a reading and avoid toxic people. Or they're not going to give readings to toxic people. They're going to turn their worry into wonder and surrender to the experience. They're coming out of the woods. They've made it through. And you cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. Where is your heart guiding you? Creating heaven on earth. You're being guided to create heaven on earth through your relationships. And there's something that's going to change. I haven't finished with this, though. Give me time to finish it. This is a profound reading. If you don't see that, I'm so sorry. It's not your reading. Now, we're going to look at what it means to spread your wings. This is a wand, okay? You're going to spread your wings. Expansion, freedom, confinement, and decision. Energies of expansion are around you now, and because of this, you may be feeling restless and uncertain. Your mind and soul are ready to soar, but you may feel confined by certain relationships or certain aspects of them. Although they may be comfortable and feel safe, it's possible they don't quite fulfill your needs. Even the desire to be in a relationship can be restricting because it becomes your focus and you forget to love your life to the fullest. And see, I'll be honest with you, that's where I've been, right there. This is me right here. I need to spread my wings. Even the desire to be in a relationship can be restricting because it becomes your focus and you forget to live your life to the fullest. Have you ever been there? Sometimes when you think you have all that you could ever want, you realize that you now want something else. Perhaps a relationship has grown a little too restricting, or it's not exciting enough, or maybe it's no longer meeting your needs as you've evolved and changed. And see, that's what's happening is you're changing. What will it take to allow you to feel unrestrained and joyful? Remember, wisdom. What you're learning is what you're going to need to do in relationship with people, not just relationships romantically. This is across the board to feel joy. Okay, that's what this is leading you to. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What will it take to allow you to feel unrestrained and joyful? Listen to your heart. What do you really want? Remember, where is your heart leading you? Remember to make any needed changes with love and compassion. And see, that's where being strong is important. And then you're having to also choose your battles. Choosing your battles. Because people are going to fight you if you want to move on from this. They're going to try to fight your change. Nobody likes change. And if you try to change a relationship, they're not going to like it. And they're going to resist the change, is what Spirit is saying. But listen, choose your battles. I got to find the wands again. Here it is right here. Choose your battles. Keyword, conviction, resistance, defense, and evaluate. As much as you'd like all of your relationships to be harmonious, this is not always the case. Belief and opinion clash, and each person struggles to validate his or her position. Sometimes it's important to take a stand and assert your convictions. However, this attitude may be misread as aggression, and the other person may push back. You then feel the need to justify yourself. It becomes a cycle of confronting and defending, which can be exhausting and damaging to the relationship. Are you currently engaged in conflicts with others or even with yourself? If so, it's time to evaluate your situation. If you believe strongly in your position and know that the outcome will serve everyone's highest good, stand your ground. It begins. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That wasn't right. If being the victor is truly not worth the discord, consider letting it go. Don't allow the desire to win prolong a battle that is unnecessary. So you're having to ask yourself, is this even worth the fight? Is this something that I have a strong conviction about? That I need to stand up? Okay, now I'm feeling the need to pull something else here. Now I have a grasp somewhat. I think we all have a grasp somewhat. You're going through some challenging times. The Five of Wands. You're fighting maybe amongst your family or your friend group because you're not sharing the love. And there could be some toxic people secretly involved in your tribe. Okay? Where are my cards at, Spirit? Stick it out with me if you're interested in what this is going to end up being, because I am curious. For some reason, I'm missing a very significant deck of cards. Here they are. Okay. Alright, so I want to find out. Show me how this happened. How did this happen? Remember now, you're a powerful leader who people trust. Very powerful, very anointed, and you're pure. You're a leader. You're a very powerful leader who people trust. That's an important thing, okay? So, what happened here? Show me what happened here. You have to keep shit clean. Remember, pure. You need to be pure, okay? Alright, well, what's being hidden? Maybe people don't think you're pure. That you're unplugged. Secretly, you're unplugged. And as we see, we are not able to get the comment section going here. Why are you unplugged? You're disconnected somehow from something. Because of having sex in reverse. So you're disconnected and you're not having sex. That's why you're pure. What's being shown? That's happening in secret. You're loving the one you're with, and you can't say thank you enough. So you love this person, and what you're doing here, essentially, is pretending like you love this person, and they're grateful. But really, you're not even invested emotionally. You're detached. You're detached, you're sad, and you want somebody new. You want to be able to spread your wings. And you're tired of being in a relationship that's all about emotion. You want one that is balanced with intellect and emotion. Alright, so something's going to change. So what's going to be the outcome? I think you're going to leave. You're not going to do the damn dishes, but you're going to deal with your drama. So right now you're going to say, the hell with the housework, I need to deal with my drama. One of you has always been doing more than the other. How are you going to deal with your drama? You're going to say you fucked up and not throw a tantrum. So you're going to realize, fill in the blank. Somehow someone here made a huge mistake, but they're not going to throw a tantrum because they're going to control their emotions. Now, this is where the rubber hits the road, okay? What is going on here? That's not... How did they get here? Okay, something's not in the right box. Oh, no. Oh, one card in the wrong place. I want out, y'all. I can't make it up. You want out of this relationship. But you can't get out of it because if you get out of it, it's somehow going to affect maybe your stability. But I think secretly you have somebody else that's got abundance. And you're going to have a new beginning with this person and have security. And you're going to avoid toxic people when it comes to doing readings. Okay. So there's toxic people that are either watching you or getting readings from you, or you have been getting readings from a toxic person. Alright, somebody's living a double life and they're in a love triangle. Oh, I hate to hear that. Show me how this happens. One last chance. I don't want to live a double life. Okay, so rather than be in a love triangle and live a double life, you said, I'm going to give this one last chance. You want out, though. I want out. You're healing from living a double life. So you're not living a double life anymore. You're healing from that. I think you're over this relationship completely. You just want out. Alright, show me how this happened. You couldn't fight it. You were on the verge and you wanted... Oh, this was causing you incredible amounts of burden. Alright, fighting it is here in reverse. Being on the verge is here in reverse. Burdens is here upright. And reconciliation is here in reverse. So you were fighting telling somebody that you don't want to reconcile because of all the burden. Alright, but you didn't do that. It doesn't look like you did it. And remember, what you did was you just kept shit clean. Alright? What was being hidden here besides being unplugged and not having sex? That you're single. You're actually single. It looks like you're with somebody, but you're not with somebody. If that makes sense to anyone. Alright, what's being shown? You didn't mean for something to happen when it came to the waiting game. You kept somebody waiting, and you didn't mean to. Alright? Why is that a big deal? Trust your intuition when it comes to a commitment. So this is somebody that maybe was waiting for a commitment with you. And it looks like this is your dream commitment. But you've been waiting. You've been controlling yourself. You're inspiring and courageous and blessed. And this is a dream commitment. Alright, so what's going to happen next? Somebody's going to apologize for not having their freedom. What are they going to do about that? They're angry. Somebody's going to get angry and call you a player. Somebody's going to get angry and say, you're just a player. Because you're going to say, I'm sorry, I want my freedom. I can't get my freedom. Why can't you get your freedom? You can't move on because every time you try to move on, it causes drama with this person. And that's why you're going to deal with your drama here. Somebody fucked up. How did they fuck up? They were controlling. They couldn't move on and they wouldn't make a decision. What decision wouldn't they make? It was about them unsent messages down here. Work and a dying love. They will call. They would never call. They wanted to talk to you, but it was like, I can't because of work and a dying love. I'm trying to work out this dying love. And I can't talk to this person that I want to talk to because of this dying love. So this person won't call you because they know that you're with somebody else. But secretly, you're not having sex and you're alone. You ain't having sex with this person. You don't want to be with this person. Okay, so now we need to just go back to the original message. Screw all of this. If this is what you want, get it. Stop making excuses. If this is really what you want. Because secretly you have abundance, a new beginning, and security. And you can avoid toxic people and get readings. Grass is not greener. You thought where you were going the grass was going to be greener, but it wasn't. And you kept somebody waiting who was a dream commitment. Alright. Why is share the love here, the Three of Cups? There we go, right there. How did that happen? Turned over in the deck. The Eight of Wands. because you are going to start really fast moving. You're going to get on the move. You're going to move. You're going to get moving. There's going to be movement where you're going to share the love a lot. Like you're going to, if this is text messages, there's going to be a lot of them. If this is you actually going somewhere, you're going to get in your car or on a bus or on a train or however you get around your bicycle, and you are going to go somewhere. Maybe in 8 hours, 8 days, 8 minutes, 8 months. I don't know. 8 is significant, and so is 3. I don't know how that's significant. Look, and fill in the blank. Alright. Why are you needing to have justice detached? Remember, the justice card is here. Because of the Empress. So you're detaching from someone because of the Empress vibe. You may be this Empress and you may be detaching because, see, she's upright. You may be the one who's detaching from all of your relationships because you are this very gifted leader that's powerful and pure and trustworthy. Alright. Why is the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the chakra card, the third eye here? Why is the energy to overcome heartache and using your intuition about new love? It's like you've been waiting for this new love and it's never shown up, and that's what's, yeah. Because of the Fool in reverse and the dreaded Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Remember, they kept you waiting. Someone was afraid to take a risk because they were having to choose their battles wisely, and they were going through some challenging times. But see, this person is deciding that they're going to spread their wings. So what's going to be the outcome of the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? That's the 3 of Cups. You're going to share the love. So this is a friend or someone you're going to share the love with. Aries is here. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're using your intuition. Why is the 3 of Cups here? Because the 8 of Wands up here. Because that's what you're being self-controlled about. The Temperance card came out. Sagittarius, you're controlling yourself when it comes to your friendships. Because maybe you don't want to party and they're partying. Or they're just not moving towards you. They're not putting any effort in. So why should you? But you are controlling your effort because it looks like it's broke your heart. I think you're like me, and wanting that relationship so desperately became the burden. And you had to let that go. You have to detach from that. Because wanting this relationship becomes a burden. It does. You know what I'm talking about. Alright. So what's going to be the outcome of spreading your wings, strength, and choosing your battles wisely? The 7 of Wands. You're defending yourself. You're deciding, do I defend myself? Do I stand my ground? Or do I just let this go? What's going to be the outcome of all of that? The Queen of Swords, the 6 of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Wands upright. So you're going to step out of your emotional side, and you are going to step into probably a Libra vibe, but it could be any of the, it could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, but you're going to be this intellectual feminine who's not driven by her emotions. And you're going to be reluctant to change or where something has been... I'm going to tell you what it looks like to me. I'm going to tell you exactly what it looks like to me. The King of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck. You are putting up a wall. It's like you're saying, we can be friends, but I'm not going to cross the line. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going backwards. And somebody is saying, I'm coming to you. And I'm coming to you with passion. I want you bad. And the thing that's standing between you and this person could be a little bit younger than you, or they could just be very passionate. Like, this person wants to have you in their life. But they have to get past. They're getting this. The Six of Swords is a card of being ready to leave behind some troubling times. You're ready to move on from somebody, something. Whatever in life is troublesome, has caused storms, you're moving on from that. But see, this is somebody who's stuck in a storm. And so you're deciding, if you're going to stay stuck in that storm, I am going to be detached. I have to detach from you. Because I'm not going to be stuck in that storm. I don't want to be involved in that drama anymore. And this person is saying, I want you more than I want the drama. So now something's got to change. Because if he comes or she comes at her in this type of energy, she is either going to say, fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you. You kept me waiting, or whatever you did to me. Or she is going to soften into this. But we don't know yet. That's yet to be determined. Because there's still some troubling times to get through. And somebody here is saying, I want out. And it could be her. And this could be her deciding, you know what? Fuck these troubling times. I'm getting out of here. Why are challenging times on the bottom of the deck? That's why your strength is needing to be worked on. Because you're too much in your emotions. You have to get out of your emotions. Look, there's too much codependency here. There's a lot of overgiving here. There's a lot of unhealthy toxicity here. The Six of Coins is about being benevolent, but when it's in reverse, you're being either stingy or overgiving. What's going to happen when these two get together? Somebody could have red hair. Somebody could ride a motorcycle. Oh, wow. This person, this king, this Knight of Wands, he's going to become a King of Wands. When he gets to her, he's going to be a King of Wands. Now we have air and fire. And he has the Nine of Swords. This person, when he gets her, is going to have hell to pay. It looks like. Oh, wow. It's leading to happiness, though. Why is he bringing her all this negativity? Because right there, he choosing his battles wisely. He is staying up at night because of choosing his battles wisely. This person is going through hell with somebody. Have you ever lived with somebody that you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, and you were constantly trying to stay out of arguments with them? So what's going to be the outcome here between these two? Oh, that's way too many cards. What's going to be the outcome between these two? They're going to heal from this loss, the Five of Cups. And when they heal, oh my goodness, wow. The Magician, the Four of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So this is going to, what you're essentially doing here is you're manifesting the end of pretending like you have no feelings for someone. Because you've been doing that for so long. And that's you right here. When you have temperance, because this person, no matter how much you wanted to be in a relationship with them or a friendship or have a relationship with them, they wouldn't have it. And so the energy for you to overcome was to stop desiring that and say, I just want out of this. But what you're essentially doing is this, when you decide I want out, this person's going to come in and be like, no, I can't lose you. I've been through hell because I've been holding back. You've been through hell because you've been holding back. And we need to be together because this is what would make us both happy. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse? Because of the Five of Swords, the Five of Coins in reverse, and the Three of Wands. Because getting out of whatever it is you're in is gonna, you're gonna have, someone's gonna be very, getting out of this is gonna be like getting out of prison almost. Because somebody here is determined they're gonna win at all costs. And in order for them to do that, they're going to hit you in the pocketbook. They're going to try to put you in the poorhouse. And you're going to have to recover from those losses. But you will have, once you get out of that energy, then you will be able to start recovering and get your growth. You'll actually have notable growth. And look, you'll also have a lot. You'll have the ability to finally have that friend. It's like somebody's keeping you from being with a friend or something. Anything else? Why is the Empress here? She's over here by herself. Because of fill in the blank. And it's like she couldn't learn her lesson. How did she finally learn her lesson? She realized that it wasn't going to work. What's going on here? She's like, this just isn't going to work because of something. I don't know what. Fill in the blank. Clarify. Fill in the blank. It's like looking back at what I've put into this. What I'm producing is not what I thought it was going to be. It's never produced what I wanted. Look, this person is the Knight of Cups. He's the Knight of Pentacles. It's like now he wants to be, now that you finally said, this isn't leading anywhere, I don't want to be involved in this. Like, I have to back out for my sanity's sake. I got to get away from you. Then they're going to come in and they're going to want to talk to you. And they're going to want to tell you how they've been feeling all along. But it was hard because the person they were with would not let them go. It's like the person that, whoever they're with, they can't detach. They just can't do it. I want to find out what they would say to you. What would they say to you about this relationship they're stuck in? We're more like than I admit. Remember, you're going to detach and you're going to see what part you play. And I've been here before with others. So this person does this like habitually. So these two people are more like than they would admit, and they've been here before with others. What else would they say? They'd say, I never want to feel like this again. And you're so easy to see through. What would the other person say to them, the one they're with? I scared myself that day and I'm waiting for an apology. Wow. And I know you're watching me. So something happened between these two people. Alright, what would this person say to the one they kept waiting? What would they say to the one they kept waiting? To be totally honest, you're not really my type. So you're not their type anyway. And if you really knew me, you would know that we're not right together. What would you say to them? So they don't want to be with you, see? And that was what I kept feeling throughout the reading, is they don't want to be with you. You're the person I want to do life with. And see, that right there, it's sad. It's hard when the person you want to do life with ignores you, won't talk to you, treats you like an option. And you know they're with somebody they don't really want to be with. What would they say to the person they're with? They would say, I can't help but be interested in everything you do. That came out in reverse. I feel like we're in each other's lives for a reason. And fill in the blank with, we're definitely not on the same page. So they watch this person carefully and they feel like they're in their life for a reason, fill in the blank. Why do you feel like you're in their life? I have nothing invested here. Don't take this personally, but my heart belongs to someone else. And I find myself thinking about you a lot. So that's why you're in their life. To see, I guess, what it's like to live this double life you're living. Because you're living a double life. Is essentially what it looks like to me. And this Empress is aware that this person is in no way, they want to do life with him, him or her, but there's not any reciprocity here, and so they had to let this person go. And the person they're with, they don't even get along with. Something happened. They're waiting for an apology. They want out. Somebody here wants out. I don't know. You did not break me. Huh? I know that's right. You did not break them. What did happen here, Spirit, if I may be nosy and ask? What did happen here? Somebody was dominant and manipulative. A man-eater. Why is that important to know? Because of last summer. What about last summer? They were being dominant and manipulative last summer. The answer was no last summer. They told somebody no, you can't do something last summer. Okay? How did the other person feel when they told them they couldn't do something? Like they were tired of being the third party or having a third party and not having a commitment. So why do you feel that way? Like you said you didn't want to be with that person. What's the truth? What's the truth? The truth isn't coming out for some reason. What's the hidden truth about how you feel about that person you kept waiting? I wish we could go back. Why do you wish you could go back? Because I'm recovering. Alright. And what would you do differently if you could go back? Wow. I feel so happy with you. Will you ever make things right? And I want to make amends. All came out in reverse. So at one time, you felt happy with this person, but you feel like they're never going to make this right and make amends with you. So you're getting over it. And you hide your feelings. What would the other person say? I don't know what you want, and I don't know how to feel, but I won't let you down. It's kind of like they're confused, and they need to get that clarity. This person is the one who needs to get clarity about their feelings. Now, let's see what that might look like. While you're getting this clarity, can I see how you feel? How do you feel while you're gaining clarity? Look, Spirit ain't no joke, y'all. They're getting clarity. That's how they feel. Like they're getting clarity. Can you show me what that looks like? Oh my God. I've never seen any. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have. It all came out in reverse. But what you're getting clarity on is that you're a twin flame. You have a soulmate or many soulmates. And you also have or are a divine feminine. And somebody wants to return. They want to come back. But it also came out in reverse. So that's what you're getting clarity on. You're also secretly watching this person. And you had some karma. There's something you're hoping for. So you're getting clarity on soulmates and twin flames. And that there is or that you are. You might be a divine feminine. And you're getting clarity on that. That's beautiful. Alright, can you give me a time when this relationship might come back together? Because it looks like you're in separation. When might it come back together? Spirit said, it's just around the corner. Alright. Can you give me more specifics? Next month, faster than you think, when you release resistance, and something is significant about December. So you're going to be together next month. And then something is not in this lifetime. I think this other relationship is not going to work out in this lifetime. Because that's what's, I mean, you can't have both of these people. It's just not going to work out that way. Let's see what the blocks are here. What are the blocks here to detaching? You feel like you can fix them. You can't fix them. They have to do that for themselves. Well, shit, we can't even fix ourselves. The Holy Spirit has... Somebody's very needy. Alright, we saw that there was somebody like that. And you are losing yourself. You feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too. Make friends and spend time by yourself to take pressure off of your relationship. So it's like you're always with this person and you feel like you're losing yourself. And somebody here is unsocial. The person that feels like I can't fix you, they might not try to fix them. They might be like, I can't fix you. And they might also be unsocial. Anything else? Love sucks. You feel like love sucks. You have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. And somebody's going to get rejected. Build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. Put yourself out there. Alright, I think I've gone far enough. I think we've gotten everything we could get out of this that would help us to navigate the situation. There are about to be a lot of twin flame reunions because we are meant to be on this mission together. It's not about a relationship. It can be a beautiful romantic relationship for some people, but not for everyone. And that is okay. That is okay. It doesn't have to be. Remember what I read to you when it said that we are going to be friends for the rest of our lives and be there for each other? That sounds so much more appealing to me. Not really, because the sex would be good. But you know what I'm saying. You'll find that when the time is right, and so will I. It doesn't have to be with this person, is what I'm getting at. This person, they might have some other path that they have to take to achieve the mission that the two of you are supposed to achieve. So just give them space. They're getting out of a toxic situation, or you are. Somebody's coming out of a very toxic relationship. Alright, I'm just trying to clean all this up here. I'm going to get some guidance. And then I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to start another one. Thank you for all the likes. Because I am going to do a Q&A today. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll start a new thread. And I want you to join me on that new thread. So I can answer all your questions. And we can share the love. I want us to share the love. If you know what I'm talking about, I want you to like the next video that I'm getting ready to post another thread. I don't know what happened to Kailash. Bless his heart. I'm so worried about him. I'm just hoping that he's not able to respond because I have done an update on my phone and it may be that I need to go back in and log back in or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's not like him not to respond to me at all. Okay. Alright, Spirit, what kind of guidance would you like to give the collective? I don't even know where this deck of cards is. Like, it's not even, I think it's in the closet over there, in the cabinet. Here's the rest of the cards. What is the guidance that you want to give us? Beautiful reading, Spirit. Thank you. This has been one of the most... I asked Spirit for a very unique and different message today. And I'm so grateful that we got it. I feel strongly that that's what we got today. Do we want to do those, Spirit? Or do we want to do... what do we want to do, Spirit? Talk to me. Talk to me. For guidance for this collective. I'm looking for a deck. There we go. I want to get some guidance out of here, and I might do guidance out of another deck as well. But this is the one I'm feeling so led to get for us. This is a beautiful deck. It's called the Awake Inner Wisdom deck. Remember, we're having an awakening. I think we're going through an awakening of the universe. It's waking up to a new era. And some of us are being called to these very bizarre relationships that make you feel crazy as hell. Alright, show me what the guidance would be in this collective. Alright, we got one card, collective. Equanimity, Spirit says, and build. Equanimity and build. And I'm going to tell you what Spirit's saying right now. At the crux of this dream life is inner wisdom and love. Dream awake. This is such a beautiful deck. Equanimity. 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 Here it is. Page 51. I'm seeing another deck. I'll get to it in a minute. I'm not seeing it clearly yet. Here it is. Equanimity. You are an amazing being that is equal to the horizon. Cultivate wanderlust within your reality. The path ahead consists of harnessing courage, willpower, bravery, and determination while keeping an open heart-mind connection. Do not fear this path. Instead, be curious what you will meet at each moment. Your path to enlightenment and greatness has already been written. Follow the breadcrumbs to the next horizon line. You are equal to what lies before you. Feel into your power and go forward with confidence. Even if you stumble and feel insecure from time to time, allow yourself to glide into the dawn of a new day. And then build. Build. We are being called to our, some of us are being told it's time to step into our calling. I gotta go back here and find build. Page 39. Yeah, I'm seeing another deck of cards. I'm gonna do one more after this one. Build. A wise builder begins with a foundation of love. Solid foundations. Building a healthy, abundant, and joy-filled life begins with stability and acknowledgement of available tools. The platonic solids are equilateral 3D forms that can be traced from the smallest cell structure to the grandest architecture. Within these forms, there are geometric correspondences to the natural elements and their mental, emotional, and philosophical association. Fire, water, air, and earth. But they call it tetrahedron, that's fire. Octahedron, water. Icosahedron, air. Cube, earth. And dodecahedron, ether. I guess it's chemical, like chemistry. What do you call it? What's that word? It's not chemistry, it's oh my god, I can't think of the word. I can see it, but I can't see it. Oh, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's oh wow, I'm sorry. I can't think of the word. It's bigger. It's bigger than most people. It's bigger than me. I'm not able to grasp it. Geocentral. They teach it in college, but I can't think. Right now, for the life of me, I can't think of the word. Anyway, we're going to move on to something a little more simple. Because the reader is a simple little country girl from North Carolina, and she she doesn't know a lot about geometry and I cannot think of that word. It's like explaining it explains the energy. Um, it's like the explanation of things, but I can't think of it right. Somebody knows it but can't comment. I love you guys. Thank you for sticking it out and showing me some love with those likes. I appreciate that. Hope you will share the content, get it out there so others can feel the love. That's what I've been trying to encourage us to do, is share the love. Share the content. Get it out there so that others can enjoy the readings with us. And we can enjoy their presence with us as well. Okay, Spirit. What's the guidance? Spirit's being sweet to me today. Look beyond the surface, okay? And fail abundantly. Oh, these are beautiful cards. Let me grab the book. Where's the book? What do I do with the book? Number 31. Look beyond the surface. If the Frog Prince taught us anything, it was that there's more to the story than what appears on the surface. Now is the time to use the eyes of soul. Do not judge based on the current facts. There is something brewing beyond and behind the reality of this current moment. Use your other senses, the keen ears and deep listening, the revelation of touch, the scent of magic or danger, the sixth sense of energetic awareness. Your blessings often arrive in disguise. Wolf corruption can dress in sheep's kindness clothing. Now is the moment to discern the truth beyond appearances. And fail abundantly, number 28. So you're having to discern the truth. We got a poem here. Falling and flying. Fail splendidly. Fall spectacularly. Mess it up mercilessly. I am less interested in your success and more interested in the ravenous heart that led you one more time to get back up again, sweaty and exhausted and laughing at your own brilliant fractured humanity. Remember humility? Flailing and failing, but flying. Oh yes, my dear, flying. Remember, you're going to, what was it, how did it say it? You're going to spread your wings. You're going to spread your wings. You may have made some mistakes, but you're going to fail abundantly. Failure is rife with underrated magic. It's simple. It's a simple equation. The more you fail and get back up again, the more you realize. Quantum physics. That's what I've been trying to think of. Thank you, Spirit. God's sake. Ah. This freedom is the real measure of abundance. True, authentic success comes from the abundance of self-love and self-trust, generated when we realize failure isn't the end of the world, and criticism means nothing to our inherent value. We learn when we risk. We learn more when we fail. But the girl who goes for it again, be the girl guy who goes for it again and again. So don't give up and look beyond the surface. There's more going on here than meets the eye. And you know that. You know that. And the energy to overcome is knowing that. Alright, I guess we're going to end it there. I will pull some dice. Hey, baby, I know you need to go outside. H. B is in boy. Number 6. K is in Kelly. I have Mercury. I have W. I have Virgo. I have H again. I have P. and I have I. M, G, M, C, A, Q, Z. What is that? What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay, it's a planet. I'm not sure. I think I've gone through this before. Okay, it goes this way. That's why. Anyway, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like that. I'm not sure which planet it is. I have Leo. I have an A, a Z, an 8, a C, Q, M, G, M. Sorry about the planet, guys. T, K, N, M, Aries, number 1, E, D, N. And that planet again. I've got to figure out what that planet is. It looks like a little person. That planet is significant, though. Whatever that planet is. Could be Mars. NVDWSLM, number 2, Sagittarius and Mercury again. Remember, we had Sagittarius and Gemini. One more time. HVJ, Aries, number 1, HT, the Sun, J again, and H again. That the H's have been coming out. I have 3 H's. A lot of H's. Some of these names starts with an H. I'm gonna go one more time. Woo! I have Neptune. I have Libra, JJEBTRI, number 6. Alright, class is dismissed. I love you guys, and I'll be back in about 15. I'm going to start a new thread. So be looking for another thread if you're interested in doing Q&A today. I love you. Thank you, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Mwah.